All right, we are getting ready to move to the combat phase of the Russian player. And I want to give you a little bit of updates. First, I want to show you where the combats are. Another little update is shock troops that moved out here and didn't have enough movement points. He had 4. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. One more movement point, he would have been able to get into the battle. But we got an optional rule that you can move an extra movement point. But for every extra movement point you move, you have to take a hit. So the shock troops have joined the battle, but they have taken sustained 1 hit. Up here on the second battle we got going on here. Now the third battle is purely a mine sweeping operation by the Russians. And we'll go over here and show you that on the board. So there's the first battle there. You can see the shock troops. And they already got I don't know if you can see that up there, they got a green marker underneath there signifying that hit that they took to do the extra move. There will be air combat first. And we'll see whose air unit survives and gives their units close air support. Battle number 2 up there against the Finns, they brought in that big old naval flotilla. So that could be the difference. We'll see what happens. Now that Finnish air unit can only support Finnish units. It can't support the German unit if your German unit ever gets involved in the fight. Lack of communication, I guess. And as I said, number 3 is just specifically a mine sweeping operation in the town of Hango, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's what it is, or Mango. Who knows? So there we go. We will be back for some post-combat. We'll return. All right, a little update here on the battle up north. Let me get my pointer. He had some really good rolls. It was an even battle. Most of the times, if you got an even battle, it's funny, defender's side, but he had a 5 and a 6. He stuck it out for 2 rounds of combat, but then I had to bail, so that left him with air superiority and a naval flotilla with the big old 5 attack factors. He's already eliminated 1 Finnish army, or corps, whatever those 3 X's are, and working on his other one. The only thing is, I wanted to pull back. I wanted to get out of there, but he done blocked my escape route. The Finns and Germans fighting to the death. Alright, we're post-combat. And we will zoom out to show you the situation. On his combat here, like I said, if I could beat him in the air, which is usually what happens, unless he gets really good, die rolls, yeah, it's all pretty well a gimme. He chases air unit out of there and inflicted some good casualties on his shock troops. His shock troops didn't help much when they were by themselves, so he's got 1 hit for advancing more than his movement point allows. I think he took 1 or 2 hits in combat. So now for this guy to get out of supply, or back into supply. So there's the unit that escaped. He'll have to go through the return and transfer phase. All units will have to return to their bases. But up north here was a total massacre. You can see he got the good die rolls, chased off my air unit, and he had both air and naval support. Now what I would do, if I would have chased off his air unit, was went after that naval unit if I could. Alright, I don't know if the rules would have allowed that during during the phasing player's turn. I'm the non-phasing player, but that would have been my strategy. But it was all for naught because he was able to get a 5 and a 6 and chase me. I didn't want to lose my air unit, so he chased me out. I took a hit, was thinking about retreating. I looked and seen that he's got my back pretty well covered. So therefore, I got me some casualties. Lost all 3 of those units. That was a big victory for him. And it looks like I'm getting ready to lose Finland as a result. I don't really have any forces. He's got these guys coming on up. I don't have enough forces for a big offensive down here. But one thing I do want to do when it comes to my turn, and it's a good thing you don't watch my videos, is see all these panzers. I'm losing my initial strategy of keeping everybody together. They're all spread out. What I need to do, and I was wanting to do, is, and I'll try to do it now, is take as much as my infantry and use those as these holding positions in these cities. Free up my armor. Start pushing south. So I gotta go through the little exchange. I gotta get some. I got infantry here. It's gotta hold off an attack. Whatever I could siphon off, I will. My strategy is to get the infantry into these cities. Armor's not a good occupier. They're good attackers. They shouldn't be sitting there, but they move too fast for my infantry. So I gotta catch some guys up. That is it. It was a pretty good attacking phase for the Russians. Like I said, it's just a matter of time before Finland falls. Now, that was pretty good blocking my units from a retreat. So I thought about just surrendering, but we fought to the death, and there was no contest. He was rolling with a +7. So that is it. We will clean up, go through return and transfers, and we got to check the weather because it's getting December. Oh, and that's another thing. He had a plus on all these movements for the snow. So I'm going to have to email him back. These guys here actually go back another one. So they get a +1 on their movements because it was muddy weather in the north. So, I wonder if everybody else has to slow down too. Well, we'll have to give you an update. Be right back. All right, then, as a result of the Arctic zone being wet, we had to add 1 to all their movement points. And he has got a V-log entry pulling his units back because of it. There and there. Nothing really major, but it does help out. And he isn't as far as he wanted to be. Now, it started from right here. +1 per hex. He's got a movement of 4 instead of 1, 2, 3, 4. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'll be it. We'll be back.